decided to start doing like docu-series vibes for this album as I'm working on it. It's coming to fruition. I honestly have so much music that I'm sitting on. And, I mean, I'm always, you can ask any of my, music friends who've known me since the beginning of this. I'm typically a couple projects ahead, at least. And if I'm honest, I'm sitting on so much music, but it's all incomplete. It's all, demos. I always say, everything is demo until it's released. But I finally know the direction that I'm trying to go with this next project, and what it represents to me, and I'm beyond excited to share with you guys where it's going. And I decided I'm just going to start documenting it as I'm doing it, because the songs are done. I know what all the songs are going to be, but there's going to be some re-recording. I'm going to bring in some other musicians on it, make it a little organic. There's a couple tracks that I kind of want to mix a little bit better, but even so, I'm not going to be a perfectionist with this one. I want it to be also authentic and raw and real and me, and part of that is making these types of videos. So this is that. But I had a conversation today. You guys probably saw my post about me not changing my name, which I thought was kind of a funny, build up into, where I'm going with all of this stuff. Andromeda is just too near and dear to my heart for me to change. I can't. I'm too attached. Maybe it's a problem, but I think that it's genuinely just, it makes sense. It's me. And part of the reason for that decision to stay Andromeda, to remain as I am, even though I'm entering into an ever-changing, atmosphere, is I had a conversation today with Rupesh at 33 Peaks here, the coffee shop, which you can actually see is behind me. I'm here right now. And I'm not going to lie, man, if you're watching this, Rupesh, you're the reason I decided to stick with it, because I asked him his opinion, as a second opinion on, what he thought just as an outsider, like, what's marketable, what's brandable. Should I change my name to this? Should I change it to this? And I was spinning about it. I've been spinning about it a lot lately. A lot of other people know, I've been talking about it a lot. And, Rupesh was basically just like, yeah, man, like, your name has a good ring to it. It already looks cool. Like, he's like, we picked our name, and we stuck with it, and people told us to change it. And, but he's like, but I think it suits every one of our needs and what we're trying to say and do and what we stand for and all these things. And he, but the main thing that stuck with me was just, he was like, if you picked it, stick with it. Don't change it. Don't change the name. And that's the first person who's told me that. A lot of other people have said, oh yeah, you probably should rebrand. But it was nice to hear somebody say no. Like, there's history in the name you chose. There's depth. There's a world you've been building around this name. And so for you to change it and start all over again, why do that to yourself when you've already built this brand? Whether you're famous for it or not, what matters is, keeping you, be you. Don't try to fit in, is what he told me. Don't try to fit in. And so I love that message, and I think that's what I represent. I think that's what Andromeda represents, is that, don't try to fit in. Be yourself and pave your own path. You don't need to wait for somebody's permission to be who you really are. And I just hope y'all feel encouraged as I continue this journey. And that's also part of why I'm opening up the nonchalantness and just putting it all out there and saying, hey, look, this is me. I'm just a guy living life. I have a 9-to-5 job. I'm working. I'm making music. And my dream is to make it my full-time living. And, I'm so grateful for the incredible support that I already have received from everybody, all my friends, my family, as I continue to push 5 years in, through doubt, through insecurity, through depression, through losing family members, through all these things. And, it's been a rough year and a half, 2 years, of trying to get myself back, and I'm grateful to say that I think I am standing again in my power, not because I am living my best life right now, but because I understand that there's nothing I can accomplish without the power of Christ working through me. I think God has a plan for where he's trying to take me. I think he wants to use my voice to encourage people more than ever, especially now. We need it now. We live in a society where things are falling apart constantly, and depression is on the rise, suicide is on the rise. It just feels like society is crumbling, frankly. And we need more voices of positivity, and we need more voices of light and value. And my desire is to encourage you that you are valuable. You're made deliberately. You're here for a purpose. You have meaning. And that doesn't have to be religious. It doesn't serve you to believe that you're not meaningful. I'd rather believe in something than nothing, even if it's delusion. My mentality is just, look, how does it serve me to believe I'm just nothing but a speck of dust? I think there's a balance of keeping things, not taking life too seriously, in the sense that you're aware that you're just a speck of dust, and so in the universe, and so you don't take everything too seriously. You know that life is short, it's finite, and nothing is permanent, right? But at the same time, there's a beauty to that finite nature of existence, and the fact that you are here at this one beautiful moment in history, as space and all these stars and all these galaxies are moving and expanding, and somehow out of all the expanse of the universe, you are here, is such a beautiful thing. And I think that in itself is a wonderful intrinsic value, So it's all about your perspective, I believe. And yes, I'm a man of faith, but at the same time, I don't judge others for what they believe. My desire is to get you started on a pathway of knowing that you are valuable. Because if you know that you're valuable, you'll begin to make decisions that support that belief. And you will find your own journey of where you're supposed to be, where God wants you. But I encourage you to pray and talk to him. He is real and he loves you. And that's where this album's direction is kind of headed, inspiration-wise. But like I said, I have so many songs and so many ideas. And anyway, I just appreciate you guys supporting it. And I'm going to chop this video up so I can post it on Instagram and TikTok. But I'm also going to put this on YouTube. So thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Love you guys, man. Let's get it.